Have you ever looked at someone you once called a friend? Someone you trusted with your heart, your secrets, your dreams, and then realized that person was never truly with you? Have you ever felt the sting of betrayal? The quiet heartbreak of discovering that the one you helped rise was secretly hoping you would fall? My friend, when that moment comes, don't curse it. Don't question it. Because when God begins to reveal fake people in your life, it's not punishment, it's protection. It's not rejection, it's redirection. It is God in His infinite wisdom clearing your path so that your destiny is not delayed by deceitful hearts pretending to care. There are moments in life when God must allow masks to fall. He must expose the ones who smile in your face but whisper against you when you turn your back. He must uncover the truth hidden behind kind words, sweet gestures, and empty promises. Because where you are going, not everyone can follow. Where God is taking you, not every hand can hold yours. So when people begin to show their true colors, understand God painted that revelation for your protection. Some of you are praying for God to bless you, to elevate you, to open doors. But before He can lift you, He must sift you. Before He promotes you, He must purify your circle. Because fake people are like parasites. They drain your faith. They distort your peace, and they disguise themselves as support while secretly hoping you never grow beyond their reach. God sees what you cannot. He hears conversations you were never meant to hear. He reads hearts that are smiling at you but plotting behind you. And when the time comes, He doesn't expose them to hurt you. He exposes them to heal you. So when people start walking away, when sudden distance appears where there was once closeness, don't chase them. Don't run after anyone God is removing from your life. Because if they were meant to stay, no power could make them leave. And if they are leaving, no prayer can make them stay. God removes what will harm you before you even realize its danger. You might cry now, but one day you will look back and thank God that He took them away before they took you down. Sometimes fake people are not loud enemies. They are quiet companions. They laugh at your jokes. They celebrate your wins. But only until your light starts to shine brighter than theirs. Then jealousy takes root. Envy creeps in. Their smiles become strained. Their support becomes selective. And their hearts begin to shift. You sense something is wrong. You can feel their energy changing. That's not paranoia. That's discernment. God is whispering, "Be still. Watch, I'm revealing." When God wants to protect you, He allows situations to test the loyalty of those around you. He lets your blessings expose their intentions because prosperity reveals who is truly for you, just as adversity reveals who truly loves you. The same people who praised you when you were down will often envy you when you rise. God knows who can celebrate your success without resentment and who will secretly curse your growth. And so He reveals through silence, through distance, through small cracks that eventually show the full face behind the mask. Do not despise this revelation because each one is a divine warning. Every person God removes is a lesson in disguise. He doesn't just expose the fake. He strengthens your discernment. He teaches you how to see beyond words and into spirit. He trains your eyes to recognize energy that doesn't match intention. That's how He prepares you for your next level, by sharpening your spiritual vision. God knows the danger of fake loyalty. He knows the poison of false love. That's why He will sometimes bring conflict into a friendship you thought would last forever. Not to destroy, but to show you what it was built on. Because relationships not founded on truth cannot withstand divine testing. When the season changes, their motives are revealed. Some people were only meant to walk with you in comfort, not in calling. They were comfortable with the old version of you, but cannot handle the new one God is forming. And so He separates you not because they are bad people, but because they are not aligned with your purpose. Every time God removes someone, He is protecting your destiny. Every time He exposes deception, He is redirecting your focus. You might wonder, why did I have to go through that betrayal? Because pain reveals truth. You wouldn't have listened to words, but you learn through wounds. God allows hurt to become holy instruction. He uses heartbreak to teach discernment. He turns disappointment into divine revelation. There are seasons when God hides the truth until you are strong enough to handle it. If He showed you too soon, you would cling to what He's trying to release. That's why you sometimes feel confused when good people turn cold or loyal friends grow distant. But later, when the full truth unfolds, you see it was God's mercy all along. He let them show you just enough of their true nature so you could walk away without regret. That's divine wisdom protecting your heart before it breaks beyond repair. When fake people leave your life, do not seek closure from them. Seek clarity from God. Ask Him, "What were you trying to teach me through this?" Because revelation is not just about others. It's about you. Maybe He's showing you that your trust was misplaced, that your discernment needs sharpening, that you are too eager to believe words without watching actions. God uses people to reflect your spiritual readiness. Every fake person revealed is a mirror showing you how much you've grown or how much you still need to grow. And here's something powerful. God doesn't just remove fake people. He also exposes fake parts of you. Sometimes the deception we experience is meant to reveal the illusions within ourselves. The need for approval, the fear of being alone, the desire to be liked at any cost. These are the openings that let fake people in. God reveals them not to shame you, but to heal you. He wants your heart to be guarded, not hardened, discerning, not distrustful. When God is elevating you, He isolates you. You may think that you're losing people, but in truth, you're gaining peace. You may think you're walking alone, but in truth, you're walking closer to God. He's pruning your life, cutting away the branches that no longer bear fruit. And pruning hurts. But remember, God only prunes what He intends to grow. There are fake people whose words sound spiritual, but whose hearts are self-serving. They use kindness as a costume and religion as a performance. But God sees their call. He listens to motives, not just messages. And when your spirit becomes sensitive to His guidance, you begin to see what He sees. You stop being deceived by appearance and start being led by truth. That's when peace enters. That's when wisdom deepens. Because discernment is the language of divine protection. Every person in your life is either a bridge or a burden. God reveals fake people because He doesn't want you carrying dead weight into living seasons. You cannot fly with anchors tied to your heart. You cannot rise if you keep holding on to those who secretly want you to fall. So when He exposes them, let them go. Don't argue. Don't explain. Don't retaliate. Silence is the language of strength. Peace is the proof of maturity. There are moments when you'll be tempted to question God. Why would you allow them to betray me after everything I did for them? Because He wanted you to see that loyalty cannot be bought with kindness. It must be proven through testing. He allowed you to be good to those who would not return it, so you could learn how to give without expectation. He let you experience false love so you could recognize real love when it comes. He let people betray you so your trust would no longer rest in man, but in God alone. The more God reveals, the more He refines you. Each exposure is purification. He is burning away naivety, pride, and dependency on others. He is shaping your heart for higher callings. Because when God wants to entrust you with a greater responsibility, He first teaches you how to discern people. Not everyone who claps for you wants you to succeed. Not everyone who listens wants to learn. Some people draw close not because they love you, but because they envy the favor you carry. But you must understand favor attracts both angels and imitators. The brighter your light, the more moths will gather. Yet God does not allow anyone to deceive you for long. He will bring truth to the surface. He will let words contradict actions. He will allow lies to unravel themselves because truth is a fire. It always burns through the mask. And when the truth comes, do not fear it. Embrace it. God's revelation is always redemptive. It might break your heart, but it will free your soul. You will come out wiser, stronger, and more spiritually attuned. You will no longer chase validation from temporary people because you will know that your worth is defined by the one who created you, not by those who left you. The most dangerous thing you can do is ignore the signs God sends. Sometimes He shows you through discomfort. Every time you talk to that person, your peace feels disturbed. Sometimes he shows you through dreams, through intuition, through unexplainable distance. Don't dismiss those nudges. That's God whispering. Pay attention. When he reveals, respond quickly. Disobedience to revelation leads to unnecessary pain. When God reveals fake people, it is never to make you bitter, it's to make you better. Bitterness keeps you chained to betrayal. Forgiveness frees you into destiny. So forgive them not because they deserve it, but because your spirit deserves peace. Let God handle what you cannot. He is both just and merciful, and his justice will always vindicate those who trust in him. You see, sometimes God will allow you to sit at the same table with those who secretly despise you. Not to shame you, but to show them that their hate cannot stop your purpose. He will let your enemies watch you rise. Not out of pride, but as a testimony that no weapon formed against you can prosper when you walk under divine favor. That's how God reveals fake people, not through revenge, but through your continued elevation. There will come a time when you no longer feel the need to expose anyone, because when you trust God, exposure becomes his job, not yours. You don't have to fight to prove your truth. Truth defends itself. God will make sure the very people who lied about you live long enough to see that their lies could not destroy you. That's divine vindication. When God begins to reveal fake people in your life, he is also revealing the depth of your own spiritual maturity. You see, revelation is not just about exposing others. It is about awakening your soul. Every encounter with deception is an invitation to grow stronger, wiser, and more anchored in God. God does not allow betrayal without purpose. Every lie, every secret agenda, every smile that hid poison is part of a divine curriculum to teach you discernment. And if you will receive it, that curriculum will make you unshakable. Sometimes fake people linger for a reason. God allows them to stay long enough so you can witness their true nature unfold before your eyes. He lets the mask slip in small ways through inconsistency, through disrespect, through moments when their true heart speaks louder than their words. If you are paying attention, you will see the subtle shifts that God orchestrates, the avoidance when you need them most, the judgment when you rise, the envy when you succeed. These are not accidents, they are divine signals. God's way of saying, pay attention. I am showing you who belongs in your life and who does not, and you will learn to recognize them without confrontation, without accusation, without the need to prove yourself. God's revelation operates quietly but powerfully. He whispers through intuition, through sleepless nights, through the uneasy feeling in your soul that something is off. Learn to listen. Learn to trust these moments, for they are God's protective shield around your heart. Every uncomfortable truth is a gift wrapped in disguise. Every betrayal is a lesson in the school of the Spirit. Do not mistake God's silence for ignorance. Sometimes he allows fake people to act because he's testing you. He's testing your patience, your wisdom, your integrity. Will you respond with anger? Will you retaliate? Or will you rise above, anchored in his guidance, untouchable by deceit? The one who understands God's timing knows that silence can be louder than confrontation. When you trust God, you do not have to scream your truth to the world. God vindicates silently, powerfully, and decisively. God also uses fake people to reveal your own weaknesses. Sometimes we are drawn to the wrong people because of insecurity, fear of loneliness, or desire for acceptance. God allows these relationships to show you where your dependence lies not in Him, but in human affirmation. And when the truth is revealed, it is not meant to shame you. It is meant to redirect you. God wants your trust fully rooted in Him, not in the approval of hearts that will inevitably change. Understand this: fake people cannot harm you unless you allow them to. God gives you authority over your spirit. He gives you discernment. He gives you peace that surpasses understanding. And when you recognize deception, you are empowered to make a decision that protects your destiny. God is not calling you to bitterness. He is calling you to vigilance, to wisdom, to alignment with His divine plan. Every mask that falls is an invitation to live with clarity and purpose. Sometimes God reveals fake people through circumstances. The opportunities they promised never materialize. The loyalty they vowed disappears when you need it most. The kindness they displayed was conditional, built on convenience rather than true devotion. These moments are not coincidences. They are orchestrated by God. Every delay, every closed door, every unanswered call is a divine confirmation that what you saw on the surface was never real. God does not want you to walk with shadows. He wants you to walk with truth. And there is a profound beauty in God's timing. He does not reveal fake people too soon, because premature revelation could cause confusion. He does not allow deception to linger too long, because prolonged exposure could cause destruction. God balances mercy and justice perfectly. When you see the mask slip, trust that His timing is flawless. The revelation may sting, but it will also free you. The exposure may hurt, but it will also protect you. And the distance you feel is not abandonment. It is alignment with a higher destiny. When God exposes fake people, He also teaches you the power of detachment. The more you cling to relationships that are not aligned with His will, the more you give away your peace. God desires for you to walk lightly, unburdened by manipulation, envy, or hidden agendas. And detachment does not mean hatred. Detachment means trust in God's plan. Detachment means understanding that not everyone is meant to be in your life forever. Some are meant to teach, some are meant to test, and some are meant to leave. God knows the difference, and so must you. And as He removes these people, you will begin to notice something remarkable. God will replace emptiness with presence. The spaces left behind by false companions will be filled with divine encounters, with the souls that uplift and inspire, with the connections that resonate with the truth. What was once a void becomes fertile ground for blessing. God does not leave a vacuum. He fills it with purpose. And those who are fake were never meant to hinder you. They were meant to make room for what is real. Do not waste energy lamenting over the hearts that were never yours to keep. Instead, focus on the heart that created you, that knows you completely, and that orchestrates every step of your journey. Every person God removes is a sign that your faith is maturing. Every betrayal is a signal that you are becoming spiritually equipped to handle what is coming. Every exposure is proof that God's hand is guiding you, protecting you, and preparing you for the fullness of His plan. There is power in being alone under God's guidance. Alone does not mean lonely, it means unhindered. Alone does not mean forsaken, it means faithful. Alone does not mean abandoned, it means protected. Because God does not require the world to validate you. He does not need people to approve of you. When He reveals fake people, He is clearing distractions so you can walk in freedom, purpose, and alignment with His will. And here is the most profound truth. When God removes fake people, He is showing you your own worth. He is reminding you that you are not defined by the acceptance of others, the loyalty of friends, or the approval of hearts that were never true. You are defined by Him, the Creator, the Sustainer, the one who knows your potential, your destiny, and your power. And when you finally grasp that, the betrayal loses its sting, the deception loses its weight, and the departure loses its sorrow, because your value is eternal, anchored in God, and no human fickleness can alter it. God also uses fake people to teach the power of wisdom in relationship. He is training you to observe before you trust, to measure intentions before you invest, and to value actions over words. The ones who truly belong in your life will never need to prove themselves. They will show up consistently, speak truth without manipulation, and celebrate your light without envy. And the ones who cannot, no matter how long they have been in your life, are not yours to keep. God reveals them so you can invest in the divine connections that will propel you forward. Every exposure of a fake person is a call to gratitude. Gratitude for clarity, gratitude for protection, gratitude for growth. God is merciful even in revealing deception. He does not leave you blind to danger. He does not allow betrayal without teaching. He does not let deceit linger without consequence. And as you walk in gratitude for His revelation, your spirit becomes unshakable. Your faith becomes unmovable, and your path becomes illuminated with divine purpose. When God exposes fake people, remember that forgiveness is your weapon, peace is your shield, and discernment is your sword. Forgive not for them, but for your heart, Guard your peace, for it is sacred, and wield discernment as a divine gift so you can navigate life without stumbling into deception again. The exposure is not just about others. It is about your spiritual elevation. God reveals the fake so you can ascend, not just survive. Do not fear the revelation of fake people, for it is a sign that God is awakening your spirit to a higher level of discernment. Those who were once close to you, who smiled when you smiled, who laughed when you laughed, they are not always meant to remain. And when their true colors are exposed, do not mourn their departure. Instead, honor the wisdom of God that removed them before their deceit could derail your destiny. The revelation of their hearts is not a tragedy, it is triumph. Every mask that falls is a testament to God's protection. Every betrayal a reminder of His unyielding watch over your life. Understand that God often allows fake people to linger just enough to reveal their essence through action, not words. Words can deceive. Promises can manipulate. But actions, consistent, unmistakable actions, cannot lie. Watch carefully. Observe. Discern. God gives you the spiritual sight to notice patterns, the sensitivity to feel energy, and the wisdom to understand intention. What they say may be honey, but what they do reveals venom. And when the truth is uncovered, do not react in haste. React in faith. React in alignment with God. Allow Him to guide your response, because vengeance belongs to God, and He never errs in justice. Fake people often arrive in your life disguised as necessity. They may appear during your struggles, during your needs, during your moments of vulnerability, pretending to be indispensable. And yet their presence is a test, a divine measurement of your spiritual maturity. Will you trust God above the temporary comfort of human approval? Will you rely on His provision rather than the fleeting support of hearts that are not genuine? God allows this tension to reveal true loyalty and to teach you the strength of standing alone when necessary. There is a power in solitude under God's guidance. Solitude is not punishment, it is preparation. It is a season where your faith grows deeper, your vision becomes clearer, and your spirit aligns fully with the divine purpose. In solitude, God teaches you to value authenticity above companionship. He teaches you to recognize truth above flattery. He teaches you to rely on the eternal, not the ephemeral. The exposure of fake people often coincides with periods of preparation, because God does not elevate hearts weighed down by deception, nor does He bless hands still entangled in manipulation. Fake people also reveal the depth of your own integrity. When their deceit is uncovered, notice your reaction. Do you lower yourself to bitterness and retaliation, or do you rise above, anchored in God's wisdom and justice? God uses these exposures not only to remove false hearts, but to refine yours. He is shaping a character that will never be shaken by betrayal, that will not stumble under envy, and that will always remain steadfast in truth. The higher the revelation, the stronger your foundation must be. God is building a fortress of faith within you that cannot be penetrated by human treachery, and you will notice something remarkable. The exposure of fake people often coincides with the unveiling of your true purpose. God reveals them precisely when your destiny begins to emerge in clarity and power. Their presence becomes incompatible with the season God is bringing you into. Their negativity, their envy, their self-serving hearts cannot withstand the light of your calling. And so God allows the mask to fall, the disguise to unravel, and the truth to surface. Their departure is not a loss. It is divine alignment. God's revelation is often subtle but undeniable. It comes in small nudges, a lingering doubt that refuses to be ignored, a sudden intuition that proves accurate, a series of circumstances that consistently point to the same truth. Learn to trust these moments. God speaks in whispers of discernment before He moves in thunderous acts of protection. The sooner you recognize these divine signals, the sooner you can release the people and patterns that do not belong to your spiritual path. Ignoring these signs leads only to pain. Heeding them leads to preservation and growth. The removal of fake people also teaches you humility. It reminds you that loyalty cannot be manufactured or coerced. It cannot be demanded. God demonstrates that relationships, like blessings, must flow naturally and authentically. When someone is revealed to be fake, It is not a failure on your part. It is divine clarity showing you the limits of human loyalty. And it is a reminder that true alignment, both in relationships and in destiny, is orchestrated by God, not by human desire. Moreover, God's exposure of fake people often strengthens your spiritual immunity. Each encounter with deception trains your soul to resist manipulation, envy, and false affection. You begin to see the difference between those who speak truth and those who perform it. You become sensitive to energy, intuitive to hidden agendas, and fearless in guarding your peace. In this way, every fake person revealed is a teacher, every betrayal a tutor, every mask that falls a lesson in spiritual vigilance. God is cultivating a wisdom within you that cannot be learned in comfort, only through trial and revelation. And remember, God does not reveal fake people to shame you, to embarrass you, or to diminish your faith. He reveals them to elevate you. The exposure is a divine strategy, a spiritual alignment, a preparation for the fullness of what He has planned. Those who leave were never meant to advance with you. Those who falter were never meant to anchor you. And those who deceive were never meant to define you. God's revelation is a protective hand, guiding your steps and removing obstacles that would otherwise hinder your ascent. There is a sacred timing to every revelation. Fake people are exposed precisely when you are spiritually ready to handle the truth. Too early, and you may respond with confusion, anger, or despair. Too late, and you may endure unnecessary damage. God in His infinite wisdom orchestrates the perfect moment. The mask falls when your heart is prepared to see it without breaking, when your spirit is strong enough to release it without resentment, and when your faith is anchored enough to trust Him completely in the process. Every exposure is also an opportunity for gratitude. Gratitude may seem difficult when betrayal stings, but it is the key to spiritual freedom. Be grateful for clarity, for protection, for revelation. Be grateful that God does not allow deception to linger unnoticed, that He does not let manipulation thrive in silence. Be grateful for the lesson, the discernment, and the refinement that each fake person brings. Because when you embrace gratitude in the midst of revelation, your spirit becomes unshakable, your faith becomes unmovable, and your path becomes illuminated with divine wisdom. And in the aftermath, walk boldly in peace. Do not seek revenge. Do not attempt to prove yourself. Do not cling to those who have revealed their hearts. God is your vindicator. He is the protector of your soul. He is the one who balances scales, corrects injustice, and rewards faithfulness. The departure of fake people is not a curse. It is a blessing. The revelation of deceit is not punishment. It is protection. And as you continue on your journey, you will see the hand of God in every unveiling, every betrayal, and every departure guiding you toward authentic relationship, spiritual growth, and destiny fulfilled. The ones who remain after God's revelation are not there by accident. They are divinely assigned. They are aligned with your purpose, your calling, and your destiny. Their hearts resonate with authenticity, their intentions mirror truth, and their presence strengthens your journey rather than weakening it. God reveals fake people so that you may recognize the real, so that you may invest in the divine connections that uplift, inspire, and advance you toward your destiny. And when you surround yourself with the authentic, your life flourishes in ways that were never possible when weighed down by deception. God's revelation also teaches patience. Not every mask falls at once, and not every heart is revealed immediately. Some people take time to show their true colors, and God allows this gradually so that you can develop endurance, discernment, and spiritual wisdom. You learn to observe patterns, test intentions, and measure character over time. This patience cultivated under God's guidance becomes a shield against future deception. It strengthens your soul, aligns your heart with truth, and prepares you to recognize authenticity the moment it enters your life. And finally, when God reveals fake people, He is showing you that your destiny is sacred and untouchable. Nothing can harm the plan He has for you. Not betrayal, not deceit, not envy, not manipulation. Every exposure, every departure, every unveiling is a step toward the fulfillment of what He has ordained. Fake people cannot steal your purpose. They cannot derail your calling. God's plan is greater than any human deception. And when you trust Him fully, you will rise above every mask, every lie, every betrayal, and walk in peace, clarity, and divine alignment.